Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. I'm so happy and so excited to be here. There's a lot to discuss. There's some weeks where I look forward to the show because I cannot wait to talk about certain topics. And I know you've been looking forward to the show as well. My name is Amina Abdi Rabah. Welcome to TTTT. Joining me this evening, I've got Cindy Ogana Samiro and Dennis Ndenga. Hi, guys.
Hello.
How are you?
A very good evening.
How you doing? How you doing, Cindy?
I'm good. Been a good week.
For you?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Not ended very well. Let me just watch any ceremony talking. Sometimes, you know, insurance, all that money we pay when we go to hospital, please clear these things faster. Don't keep us up there with emails verifying stuff. You have our money, give us the service. That's all for now.
Nimejua. Shashe, shashu, shashe. Ilikuwa lazima itoke.
Is it shashe shishoshu ama ni
ni jaje jijoju.
Nishu. But it's quite unfortunate. You know, we are seeing people talk about that. I'm sorry that's how your week ended. But this is something, listen, if you've not gone through it yet, inakungojea tu. It's one of those things. Medical bills, we can never escape them. Samiro, you're well?
Very
Chelsea ilishinde wiki. Kuna game ilikuwa. You know, you don't know.
Man. Then una Nicolau Devi.
Yeah. Oh,
Missy number 15.
Ni kiburi.
Kiburi iko juu.
Jio namba mko mnashinda nini? Jio namba mko mnashinda nini?
Tuna qualify Champions League.
Okay.
Unajua ni very risky. Walisema new manager bounce. Na wana bounce ya huko nyuma.
Tuna rebuild bro.
Hiyo mtakubali late.
Bottom up.
All right, so speaking of bottom up, that's the government. That's what you were referring to, no? So you come on a battle here, government versus government. This is, I've been dying. I wanted us to talk about this so much. Nairobi County Government, unajua ni nini? Tutacheza game chafu. Well, wameamua hapo Stima Plaza lazima kanuke. But why are such agencies behaving in this manner, you ask? So we have been wondering all week long. People have been sharing their thoughts around this entire saga, entire story. And I don't know if you guys, you know, questioned the authenticity of the story when you first saw it. Did you doubt, Cindy, at any point?
Absolutely. It felt like it's too crazy to be
right?
true.
Me, I didn't doubt.
I'm just like, oh my God, the audacity, although it's a kind of pettiness I kind of like.
Yeah.
You know, where I match your energy. Unanionyesha madharau, I meet you at your level.
But not in this case, babe. We were talking about Susan from HR. You know what I mean? This is different.
No, me imagine I felt, for the first time, I am defending who I feel is the underdog. I just feel that it's, you know, when you're a monopoly, you do whatever you want. You, like you said, Susan from HR, she's probably been there since the beginning of the organization. She's gone to all the Mdosi's weddings and birthdays, so she feels she's part of the organization. If somebody can show Susan from HR the finger, and I do not mean the first or the second, me, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good too much energy to say, you know what? If you're not going to meet me at my level, I'll meet you at yours.
Yeah.
This scenario gives ile kitu tunafanya tukiwa shule ile form 4 form nini either sana primary. So class 4 ndio wako na duster yetu. Twendeni. Twendeni kama mbugi tukaichukue.
Unajua labda, sorry for using ladies in this, lakini imagine kama mkubwa wa Kanjo angekuwa mwanamke na wa KPLC ingekuwa tu watu hilo nyaongeleshani. Awange fight. Wangejamiana tu.
The person at helm nini
at the helm.
Nini.
Usiseme kuna mama, by the way. I don't know where this is going.
I was just about to say.
I know.
Ni mama. Sijasema tia kuna mama, nimesema ni mama. It's only that the other side ya nini ya town ya Kanjo is
I was just trying to be safe. It's hard to get jobs.
But you see, me, I think it's a good fight. Let them fight.
Yes.
Let them anika their dirty linen outside there. But you see, his story at Sijui, one owes the other 3 billion.
It's 4 points. It's actually
like tuongeze kidogo so that we look like we are the ones who have been, you know.
Yeah.
4.2 something.
It's 4.8 billion.
4.8 billion.
Yeah, who permitted it? And you know what I found? Let me tell you what I found even funnier. I don't know if you guys saw the clip of now Sonko trying to advise Sakaja on how to go about this in the future. This
So
is not what you do.
unfortunate that
And the
Sonko
examples,
advising Sakaja.
no, but still, the advice that he was giving was just as bad, in my opinion. He said, mimi nilikuwa nawafungulia sewage kidogo. Si kila mtu, you know, hapo tu. Unajua maji, unakata. Still, and I didn't understand why it needed to get to that. But just like Samiro, hata Amina Shanga, first of all,
did it work for him?
It didn't. So you know, nili ya kuwaeka mbali kidogo, yani there'll come another time, maybe you buy yourself a few months.
Exactly.
But just like you, I have the same question. Why would you wait until it just gets to an amount that it's, I don't even know how to describe. That's a lot of money. No, but I'm wondering why when we got to 100 million or 1 billion, that's, I think, the time maybe we should have stopped to see how we can pay. Ndo kwa maana nimeelewa sasa, nimeelewa.
East menazimwa tu ofisi moja peke yake hapa kunaendaje?
Kwani tourism hawajakasirikiana na health?
No.
Mbona tu hawa kuna mtu akupewa kati yake?
I mean, as Africans, we started with barter trade. So, you do me, I do you, willing buy, willing sell. I'll say, I'll write this off, you write this off. The issue comes when there's, and it's always somebody in top management who has, you know, that low self-esteem person who has always been shouted at since they were children, and now that they're older and they're in a position of authority, you will not tell them. So there's always that one person in every office, and unfortunately, when it reaches to that point, people don't talk. But this situation was so easy to deal with. And right now, the pettiness of it's unfortunate because these are institutions of respect, institutions that people look up to. They're service providers.
Are you sure they are respected?
So they're in the service industry.
Are you sure they are respected?
They are in the service industry, so that comes with a bit of respect. But you know, if you wrestle with pigs, you also get muddy. So me, I'm just thinking,
who's the pig here? Because from Denga's standpoint,
tit for tat.
From Denga's standpoint, he's like,
you show me.
I just wonder who sat down. I think there was a whole board meeting. Yeah, ebu tutafanya nini? How are we going to retaliate? Hii itawaua. Hii itachafua, hii tutachafua vizuri. Itachafua.
Haina comeback. Tumewamaliza. Bado wanapumua Kanyanga. You know, this is one of those ones. But what I also found to be a very interesting coincidence is that Mosirias, I mean,
katibu wa mazingira alikuwa mgonjwa.
He happened to be unwell around that time. What a timely, very
hakuwa nasikia vizuri, so hakusikia hiyo huko.
So
and you see that this meeting was happening in the dark, eh?
Yeah.
So we want to presume that the meeting was happening in the dark hapo City Hall mahali kwa giza. So
kwa parking man.
Na yote ni uko active. Yote anakuanga active usiku.
Ndo anakuanga active. So you know, can you imagine someone who was arrested for peeing, because there were people who were pissing all over town and they were being arrested, and then you see you know, Kanjo do what they did. So
Amina, usiwaifanya hiyo makosa.
Mimi kukojoa town unasema nini? Oh, sorry. Nimeshindwa unaenda
hapo. Ati sasa mimi tu ni wa kupii tu. Ule ni wa lori. Ati wewe umevuka tu light na gari yako. Alafu unaona mwenzako wewe umeshika unasema mbona ushiki ule? Utalipia mpaka huyo.
But then again, this goes to show how you can't resonate with some people.
Exactly.
As long as uko umepatiwa. Vile sisi usema tu. Sisi usema kama kuna mtu you can resonate na karao, by the way. It's easier to resonate na karao hata kama kuna mistake na kaje. But Kanjo,
they're very, because if you find a lady, they're so unforgiving.
I think generally just Kanjo.
So unforgiving.
It's
so tough.
For me with a female cop. Guy, with a female cop, I'm just like,
even me. I'm just like, where do I go? Which station? Do I just...
I start the bribe with the highest.
Cindy, you can't admit to that. Allegedly. You say
allegedly. I start the discussions.
Yeah.
Let me use
at 100,000. You're like, this one they cannot refuse. All right. So now, as Kenyans, in case you didn't know, Bien, if you're watching, we are extremely, extremely proud of you. And not just us, but the rest of the country. Hey, Makofi. Shout out to Bien Manze. Bien is, he's the GOAT. He is carrying this industry on his back.
Yeah,
he must have a back problem
Alisema
right now.
msimtegemee by the way.
Najua lakini bado tu
Itabidi.
tutamtegemea. Ni kama
Hana
ule
choice.
ni ule.
Itabidi hana choice.
It's like that relative who's, you know, successful and they're like, mimi msiniangalia. Ni wewe tunaangalia.
Ni wewe
And
tu
you
ndio.
are
Wewe ndio
our hope
tegemeo.
for a Grammy. Venye Willy Paul alisema, mukini support. I genuinely believe. Ndenga.
Bien alikuwa anakanika ule kazini wa Nairobi huko. Watanzania walikuwa stand. Kabisa sema, "Hey, na si tupatie wa Mwijaku, unajua Mwijaku? Tanzania ni Kasipul tuwapatie Mwijaku watupatie Bien because hawako wanaelewa."
Kasipul team Kenya? Chawa ya rais, sorry.
Unajua nimesema Tanzania ni Kasipul sasa.
Tanzanian Kasipul, I'm sorry.
Wanasema watupatie sasa Mwijaku tuwapatie Bien. Unaona? Alafu yani
But this shows how Bien amefanya, you know, is putting
in work.
Yeah, he's putting in work.
Very good job.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing that, you know, something that it's uniting us in a good manner. Especially that normally we have vita na watz hapa tupendanangi. So it's a good thing that they're admitting one of us is doing well in terms of music and when it comes to performance.
They're not admitting
Kiki showbiz sawa. Hizo tumewachia.
No, but they're not admitting he's Kenyan. They're just like Bien ni mnoma. Bien is talented.
Bien unapata anaweza piga show bonge la show nzuri.
Did you hear? So when they were performing, I wish we had the clip, but when they were performing Nairobi with Mario, Mario had an auto-tune that I don't think suited his voice as nicely, and Bien was just singing naturally, and boy, oh boy, was that mic on.
Oh, look at that lady, bombastic side eye, that is me.
Which lady?
The one who's being shown right now.
Okay.
Like, God saved everything except my face. Like, I feel the emotion and it just shows, you know, when the science of sound, if something is blurry, it's fine. But the moment the sound is off, I don't know if you've ever gone to those concerts where the sound is just off, the backline is just not working. It doesn't matter how much money you've paid, if you're still at VIP. So if somebody is singing out of tune, you're just like, what is my life worth?
I think Mario is just tone deaf. Ama lesa kwa mekewa monitors pale chini, but hey, that
no, I think
by the way, I saw Bien akikuja huko nyuma and you feel like ndio huyo sasa savior. And you feel like ndio hii.
Okay, let's the show talk. Has Mario sung the song with Bien, by the way?
Yeah, he has. Yes, it's his song. Bien has featured on his song.
Okay.
Guys.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not the target. Because I thought she was saving like this guy is singing WAP, so Bien.
There is something we're discussing and saying that Bien ako wash. There is no way Bien yuko wash.
Aje?
Kwa sababu vile anaosha watu kwa hizi maklabu.
I was like, are you kidding me? He's the most
anaosha watu kwa hizi makolabo zao vibaya sana. Yani as long as Bien kwa kolabo yako.
Hata za darasa. Hata hiyo ya extra pressure baby when you want. I thought it was Bien feature. It's not. It's the other way around. Yeah, it's the other way around. I would be a very petty artist. You know, I would wear my finest kanjo and, you know, hat and nikisikia tu umeimba hivyo vizuri na kuambia hiyo wimbo ilidilitika, sijui ilienda wapi. I don't know, something happened to the beat. Aturi aje. What are you saying? Nah, he's also released a house track today in case you thought he was done. No, he's not done. Well, you know, we started the story without explaining what happened. So in case you live under a rock, the one, the only, the greatest to ever do it, well, of our generation, trust and believe, Bien won the Best East African Artist Award at Trace. Yes. Trace Awards was taking place in Zanzibar. He won the award, very, very deserving. And the Tanzanians were just showing him so much love. They said that their artist didn't perform as well. And it was just like one of those things where as a parent, you go to school and you're told how your child was the best performing student. And it was just really nice. It's all love. Man, we love him so much. He is worth every single coin and I hope he's making all that money. Please listen to his music. He has a brand new album coming out. The only way that people get recognized around the world is if they get support. The listenership should come from our country. If you look at the #1 listeners for all these artists who are big on the continent, the most listeners come from Kenya. So we have a lot of power. Please listen to Kenyans and Kenyan music. It's pretty dope. Shout out to you, Bien. Congratulations. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back after this.
protect our family from germs that cause illness when it's cold, we use Dettol soap.
Dettol soap with germ defense gives you protection. When it's cold, germs are transferred in different ways, and Dettol soap's germ defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
Deals kibao kila wiki na Carrefour. Enjoy fresh chicken thigh bone-in at 499 shillings per kg. Orange Valencia at 179 shillings. Soko Home baking flour 2 kg at 119 shillings. Carrefour pasta assorted 400 grams at 111 shillings. And Mega Fridge 595 liters at 99,999 shillings. Deals kibao kila wiki na Carrefour.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Can you imagine that? Avoiding having cold ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
The Trend, brought to you by KCB, the official financial partner of the WRC Safari Rally.
And welcome back to TT. Thank you for the tweets, by the way. We'll get to that in the next few minutes, so everyone will be on X duty. I keep forgetting this thing. But I've got to tell you, of course, about the biggest event happening later later next month. And that is the KCB WRC. For those of you, have you ever been, by the way? Cindy, have you been?
Yeah.
WRC? No, you haven't. Would you go to Anini? Vashas, you don't know? You don't know, guys, for...
I've just experienced it up at KCC Kidogo, and I felt the thrill. Yes, what? The flag off. Yeah. I felt like, hey, Vashas is enough for Egypt.
What do you mean?
Wacha watoto watoke CBC ndio tutajoin.
Ni vile hakuna place wanauza soya, otherwise ningekuwa nimefika pale mbaya sana. Pale Vashas mbaya sana.
Wanafanga wazee.
It's a whole experience.
It is.
Waeke tu place ya soya na waeke place ya kucheza rumba. Na nini zinapita
hivi. But imagine Mdenga inakuanga because kuna events kama 4.
Mingi.
Kuna park and chill, kuna gani na kuna different venues. Yeah. So you just pick where you want to go.
Yeah.
Wapi rumba? Sisikii ukisema rumba, sisikii DJ Batu Siburu kimtaja.
They will make sure that you are taken care of. Don't worry. They will make sure everyone is taken care of. All right. So now this is the rally season. Please make sure that you book your accommodation nice and early. Don't start calling people last minute asking for tickets. Jipange, okay? And now me, on behalf of KCB, what we can take care of is fueling your car, your adventure to the Safari Rally in Naivasha with so many fuel voucher prizes. So you need to get ready for a ride of a lifetime. And that's not it, by the way. They also have one lucky winner who will be driving home an incredible grand prize. That's a plot of land in Vipingo. Do you know how beautiful Vipingo looks? Have you seen the houses? This is you planning your retirement.
Been there.
This is you planning your retirement. Hata wewe pia ututishie. Kaa kina baha, utuambie tumenunua building. Yani this is your chance to live out your dream. Can you imagine having a house near the beach? It's beautiful. And you get to walk away with that for free. All right? So now you have to seize this opportunity. So throughout the month of March, KCB will be rewarding more than 50 lucky winners. So hopefully mtazipata with all those vouchers. So make sure that you revisha and win big with WRC Safari Rally 2025, courtesy of KCB. Okay,
I thought you wanted to ask me, kama, have you been to Vipingo? Then
then I tell you, you get a plot of land.
Then Kujibu Beach, please.
Yeah. Okay. You've thought about it for long.
You know what? She's been thinking about it the whole week.
I had the same reaction when I saw this story. Now, President William Ruto's daughter, Charlene Ruto, has once again grabbed public attention with her latest publicity stunt. In a viral video, Charlene is seen boarding a matatu late at night, strolling through Nairobi CBD, seemingly trying to blend in with us, ordinary citizens. Now, despite being a multi-millionaire through her stakes in Western Hotel and other family businesses, including Kenya, now she has been on a PR spree, portraying herself as a humble, relatable lady. However, many Kenyans, they remain skeptical, dismissing her actions as mere theatrics rather than genuine connection with the common mwananchi. So Samiro, nimeona ulikuwa umeanza.
Samiro ni kama kuna uchungu na hiyo story ya Matt.
Si uchungu ni wapi maajabu. If other countries, hata government officers are made to use public means kuenda hata job na kufanya vitu. Unasikia mpaka France, minister anaendesha baiskeli akienda kazi. Sasa mtu mwenye...
Wewe ulijuaje? Ulijuaje? Ngoja, ulijua acha kusafiri, wewe ulijuaje mtu wa France ana
The internet has made the world a global village.
Thank you. Si hata pia yeye because of that ndo ulijua prime minister or minister anatumia matatu or the train.
So now what are you trying to say, Ndenga?
What I'm trying to say is that Charlene, atungejua Charlene amepanda hiyo matatu ama whatever it is.
No, but you see, Ndenga, kama
kamera nazo azizimangu.
Ngoja, kama angekuwa anaipanda kama kawaida, basi sawa. But you see, for you to make it look like it's an adventure when you have security, there was this guy who was with her, there were, I don't know how many video camera people. So alipanda tu, alafu of course it was a short distance.
No,
but you're
I
doing
don't see the
it,
problem.
but it seems so manipulative.
Because even the minister for France and whoever, lazima kwa na security or you know.
Hana
the photos. Leave alone Charlene to enjoy the matatus. Take a look at the matatus.
The matatus.
This reminds me when Evans Kidero was the governor and there was so much traffic on Museum Road, and he did a stunt where he did a PR post where he thought it was nice to alight from his car and walk to Kempinski. And people jumped on that post and saying, you think what you've done is a big deal because you've walked, but as the mayor of Nairobi, you're supposed to do something about traffic. You see? So my question is, okay, fine, Amepanda Mutatu, what is the message she's sending across? And what is the gain of her? Is it going to help reduce the cost of fuel? Is she going to give people free matatu rides? But I find this as useless as those Instagram posts of people who are sad and they video themselves crying. I
just feel let Charlene panda the matatu, let Charlene do whatever she needs to do.
And then she shares in her family WhatsApp group. The rest of us, we do it every day.
No, you guys don't be bitter. Don't be bitter.
If it was that convenient,
I'm requesting don't be bitter. Don't channel the father's anger.
This is like one of those things where we see members of parliament going to Ati hangout for a few hours with people eating I don't know what, and then they pretend they're
this
also
is different.
Eating. No, when you're going there, you're not trying to make their lives better. They're literally eating what they're eating, or their situation looks the way it looks because you're not doing your job. What you are mandated to do, you're not doing it.
You see what Charlene did? She did this. She recorded this and put this kwa story zake.
I feel like it.
So the likes of Akina Nani, Kido, and the other media stations, wakachukua. Now they took that and now ride with it. For me, I feel like
I think it comes off tone deaf in a way.
Yes,
I can't explain how.
I just feel like it's a story.
Because your brother already has these matatus, so they will. You can't. I don't know.
Of course, the story is about tuna feel the public transport system haiwork vipoa. Unaona? So kama utakuwa unaitumia daily, let it be a habit. Tumia uone shida iko wapi. Enda kwa sekta nyingine, tumia uone shida iko wapi ndio uweze kurekebisha.
Hata sio hivyo. You know,
why do you have a problem?
No choice. Wanapanda matatu because they have no choice. If they wanted, they could Uber, they could own their own cars. For you, it is such an adventure that you've put it on your stories, your Instagram stories, and I agree with them. It's tone deaf because
Akina
you're
Conscience
speaking to
come
the
here.
majority of people who have no choice.
Akina Chris Brown or whoever it is, wanakujanga hapa Kenya, they bought these matatus and
That
we're
is
like in
possible,
all like,
Benga.
wow, that's nice.
that's-
Oh wow, we take photos.
Conscience na
Stop.
But
That
charity
is not-
begins at home. Charlene begins
No.
at home.
That is okay. So listen, you know what? Also, just to add on to what Cindy was saying, is that a lot of people, as she said, cannot. They have no option, no other option. They can only take the matatu. And remember, who are we blaming for our current financial status?
Yes.
Why do you feel or think that you're broke?
That's a different
Why are you
conversation.
feeling like your pockets are empty? So for you to come, because it looks like you're making a mockery out of my real life.
Or a
This
show.
to you is
You're
some
parading everyday living.
adventure. You know, like when you take a roller coaster, you know, it's like, oh, this is so fun.
Yeah.
You know, there's a time I used to work with a colleague of mine who was of the, you know, wealthier side, and there's a time he was like, oh, you know, this one time we went to a party and we were like, oh my God, we should do something crazy, and we boarded our tattoo. Oh my God. And I thought, what are you talking about? Like, this is an adventure, a fun, exciting thing that you've done that's out of the norm. But for other people, it feels like you're taking it as, and it just comes off that way. It comes off that way. Now, the other question
So
I have
Chris
for
Brown
you,
hatuna shida na yeye,
yeah,
but Charlene we have a problem.
especially na kwa na kwa.
No, I don't think we are
Ndenga.
mtu tunaongelesha ndio wrong. I know where your anger is. Niko na nyinyi huko kwa hiyo.
Okay.
Lakini huyu achaneni na yeye. Huyu achaneni na
We
yeye.
are projecting. Okay, sawa.
Na tuendenga unajaribu kutoka block, si hivi.
You come, zingine zuku.
Ngoja kusema yombo
Wewe ni
hivi.
mtu uko na bibi.
Work hard, not smart, Ndenga.
Itakufuata.
Work hard, not smart.
Yeah.
Block tutatoka tu.
No, but it's just sioni ukitoka na hii style. Yeah, it's giving Caswell. I don't know. Stay on this side. This is the winning side. But I do have one last thing before we take a break. I wanted to ask. We talked about this a while back, and I had the same question when she came out and said, well, alikuwa anauza mayai or something. And I wondered, bro, if I was the president's daughter, I would not spend day in, day out trying to relate to you. I'll be like Elsa Majimbo. I'll be like,
Amina, you are mixing apples and oranges.
I don't know how
Amina,
to...
you are mixing apples
I
and
am
oranges.
not. I am
We are
not.
talking about
It's
kupanda
all-
matatu.
No, na pia kuuza mayai ni kujaribu kurelate na nani. She could have said, she could have even said she used to do something else that made sense of someone of her, whatever. She could have said, I used to sell. She could have. Angesema alikuwa anauza
Wangwana
mayai.
babake anauza mayai. Wangwana baba yake anatoa mayai Sugoi ndani. Inapitia Marasat. Inatoka ipande ingine.
Inatoka
ipande ingine. Inakuja Lamu. Na kila mtu anakula mayai. Inakuja Kotulo.
Achana na Ndenga.
Mayai.
We have to take a break, but honestly, tell me, am I making sense? Would you not just live huko na nikichukua bike na huyo prime minister?
Look at all the children of
No, guys.
dynasty families. None of them have had to struggle. But for you to go out of your way to struggle,
It's
now it looks
crazy.
fake. It's fine if you're born in privilege. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. It's
It's
all
just in
blessing.
different
But
lanes.
they are not born in
No,
privilege.
bro.
Guys, we've seen a TBT of Ruto, President Ruto and the wife wakiwa kwa
No,
Datsun
Ndenga, let me explain
So they are
something.
not
But either way, wachana na hiyo picha yake ya kwanza akiuza soft hapa Uhuru Park or whatever. No, we're not talking about that far. I'm talking about, you know, when you're saying that they have not really been brought up in privilege because they said that, you know, they went to public schools, they did this, they did that. You know, there's a difference, Ndenga, with you having money in the bank. You just prefer to drive a beat down car. Yeah. You haven't upgraded your phone. It's still the first one from 2001. You know, it's very different when you have it, you just choose safaration. Alafu kuna sisi, shilingi mbili tu hivi. Everybody knows. Everybody knows we are living
Bottom
in
line,
life.
let Charlene be. Let pande yo matatu. Next akiona navuta mkokoteni pia tu. Let's encourage her. Let's
I see you, brother. I see you.
Ni sawa. The enemy is poverty. I get it. I get it.
I've told you guys, you're channeling your anger to the wrong person.
Let's take a break.
Within the family.
Let's take a break. Within the family. Anyway, it said, this is, you when I say that new Glorilla song, she says, shoot or shoot. right? Shoot or
That's your
shoot, and then you
generation.
shoot your
I have no
shot.
idea.
So Ndenga has just shot his shot.
Do your thing, then.
Let's see if
Denga,
it'll
do
work
your
out.
thing.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more. And welcome back. All right, Twitter's on fire.
Yes.
The Trend Live is our handle. The hashtag is TTTT, and Ndenga is receiving a lot of love. A lot of love.
He's being called the guy in Scream 2.
Okay. What have they said? What have they said? Are they understanding? As understanding as Cindy was?
You want to address the nation?
Yeah? Samir.
So there's a guy called Buffalo Dash. Where did you get this guy in Scream number 2? He just doesn't get it. What we are asking is, what's the big deal in Charlene boarding a matatu that she has to do a video of herself doing it?
To be relatable, to seem down to earth. And probably she is. I'm just saying that
PR.
when you...
We record ourselves tukikula kwa kibanda and we say it's
because it is our daily life.
No.
It is.
Amina we tumeenda nawe kibanda mara ngapi na unajirecord? Wow.
Ndenga kuna mtu amesema the Ndenga guy is too much, he should tone down.
Tone down.
Ni sawa unataka hivyo,
lakini rudi nyuma kidogo.
Screen number 2.
Unataka sana.
Wewe screen number 2.
Yeah.
I can see haters.
In simple terms amesema yombu hivyo sana.
Yeah, anaenda sana.
Umeenda sana.
No, but back to Ndenga's point. Okay, fine. When Ndenga na Amina mekula kibanda, maybe Amina doesn't post because her audience.
First of all, that has absolutely nothing to do with that.
No, what I mean is because kind of
audience that I speak to.
Yes, the kind of people you speak to. However, when you and Ndenga go for a launch and Calligraph is there and all these big people, Banner Boy, blah, 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 you take it because that's what the people expect. So it's the same thing. Being the president's daughter, we'd expect that, you know, you met this head of state, you went for this UN conference, you went to hang out with other president's daughter.
Yes, you're related
But when now you go and you start posting, because you know the same flack would happen to you on Ndenga if you went and like, hey, and maybe this is something you do in real life. Let me play the devil's advocate. Maybe once in a while you and Ndenga hang out, you have Chapodondo, Apachini, kwa backstreet.
But we do though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know,
then I record it.
People would take it, now you're trying to show us what. And it's the same for her. Probably that's what she wanted to say every now and then. I go Pandama tattoo with bodyguards. You know, it's just something that I do.
But why?
But it backfired on her because we expect her to give us the kind of content that
a first
Chelsea Clinton is posting.
Yeah, even Trump's daughter Ivanka.
But Trump's daughter is posting. Yeah. But if Ivanka went and she said, look, I'm in downtown LA and I'm buying things off the back street, buying knockoff things.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I'm not sure that
maybe the reaction ingekuwa
we have to go to haraka
kama
kidogo.
Angekuwa a first daughter to a president mwenye anafanya kazi vizuri.
Oh, ama anapendwa. You're right. It would be looked at as admiration. Unaona ana maringo. You're right. And I think that's the thing because hawezi force your mapenzi.
Kuna hater, niweza soma huyu hater hapa kwa Facebook anajiita Suma Chaka. Atembee akiwa peke yake aporwe kiasi.
Let's just move to the next story.
Let's go now.
Now, Catherine Ochako was on sick leave when she figured that her salary was below her expectations. The Del Monte accountant then accessed the company's payroll system and added more money to her payslip. She adjusted her basic salary, raised her housing allowance, and awarded herself a car allowance. Shout out to you, Catherine. Thika Del Monte, Kenya has dismissed accountant Catherine Ochako after she was found to have illegally accessed the payroll system and increasing her salary while on sick leave. However, after doing their background check, Catherine manipulated the system so that she can trick her next employer that she was paid very well at Del Monte. However, she has never received any payment after she changed her salo. So this was back in 2020. But you know, sometimes... Yes. Ati nini Catherine? Ati Catherine. Nisikie. Sorry Samiro. Ni venye na I want to call her up. I want to be like, what? How did you do this? But Samiro, yeah?
Unajua, mara ya kwanza alipandisha ikafika 250. Akaona, nimeenda sana. Akarudisha 170. Akaona, watajua. Sasa katikati ya deliberations zake yeye mwenyewe though, akasema acha tufike 200. Unaona? Yani
So you're saying it was greed? Greed was the issue.
Labda unajua labda unakwambia mimi naangalianga hivi. Kuna mtu akupatiwa kati yake. You had my
I don't
one
think it's
line.
about the cuts.
No.
This
It
is not
is.
something you
so
share.
this
I
is
don't
it.
think.
I did some background check.
Yeah.
I made some few calls so that yeah, for real.
Oh, okay.
For real, today I made some few calls. I think I have a friend anafanya kwa hiyo kampuni hiyo iko Thika, so I made a call and wanted to know by the way how true is the story, because it's back then in 2020.
Right.
And for sure she did that. She did that, but hakulipwa. What she did, unaona vile mtu tafuta kazi na the next you know,
so you change
employer,
how much
so
you're
you do
making.
what you do, you change the nini, because wanakuitishanga what's your salary, give us your pay slip and what not. So what she did, kwa sababu no ningepatia na ile ya ukweli, inamaanisha probably ingepandishwa kidogo tu. So what she did, because she was part of the payroll the system payroll, so alienda tu akaingia back end of the system, then changed everything, then I think probably she printed it or something, then akaishare. But the period ya kuituma na nini hizi vitu zote, now the akashikwa, but she was not supposed to earn. Because
so
she
it
was
not
just
for her
paid
to
normally.
Yeah.
So
I know it was just to exaggerate.
Yeah. So that ule ni mwingine aone nalipwanga 250.
Yeah.
Here's the audacity for me. Okay, fine. You've moved to another job, you want to alter your pay slip a little bit. As an accountant, I think there are cleverer ways of doing that. I don't know. You're in the system. You don't have to really go into the system.
Change. Yeah.
You just, what is River Road for, please? Then it's the audacity that she sued.
But then come Kenyans,
you defrauded. You were not paid. But you defrauded. Then you sue for 2M. It's audacity.
Alafu ni uzuni sana, you sue for 2M, then the courts now wamekuambia ulifutwa vizuri, wewe wacha kusu. Ulifutwa vile inafaa.
Guys, we have to talk about the next story. It's of importance.
Yes.
Please.
Lakini Amina, don't you all just lack the opportunity
to steal?
Wakenya tu wengi.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree. I mean, I'm not a politician, so I can't answer as of now. Maybe let's check. Let's check if Ndenga, gets to the State House. When we start getting those barbecue invites, that's when now maybe I'll tell you. However, I think for a lot of people, there are a lot of people with integrity. You'll be very surprised. Anyway, we have to talk about this head teacher. Wow, what a shame. Now, a teacher in Nyamira County is nursing injuries at a hospital in Ikonge after he was assaulted by the school principal for allegedly being late. Yes, kuchelewa. Vincent Onyancha said he was slapped, kicked in front of his students, and he went ahead to say, he said he was just a little late, and the school principal came in while he was in class, beat him when he was there, dragged him to his office, and continued raining blows, kicks, and just beat him for I don't even know how long. But that's just... So,
allow me to go first. I've just spent a couple of days with teachers at the training of the Kenya Music Festival. Teachers are amazing. They give sacrificially. They are not paid enough. And of course, shout out to Teacher Jane for Lugulu Primary School. I just had to say that. She's a fan. She's watching.
Shout out to Teacher
Jane, Lugulu Primary School. Now, that said, teaching is a calling. And there are two things. I know people will I'm going to play the devil's advocate. What the head teacher did was not right. There is under no circumstances where violence is the answer, especially if you're in a position of authority. But you can find he was probably frustrated by this teacher. And you'll find maybe this teacher probably always comes drunk, allegedly, or maybe always does things that zimemsinya ameboeka nae, so he just took out his anger on him. Because I don't believe that just because you've come late, I will rain blows on you.
But either way, I still don't think it justifies him.
It does not justify at all.
Then hitting him in front of the students, making it such a spectacle out of it. I think there are better ways.
It's really horrible. And that's why I'm saying teaching is a calling. Because if you can't control your anger, you can't work with children. Trust me, I have 3 kids, 2 under the age of 6. If you can't keep your anger in check, you should not be with kids. Number 2, if you cannot have that self-discipline to be on time, to, just be an upright working citizen, teaching as a profession is not for you. So I think they were both on the wrong.
This reminds me of a story that ishaifanyika. It's a true story. Back nikiwa primary, there was a school, a neighboring school called St. Michael's. Iko hapo Jogoo Road. Cindy, I'm sure you know the school.
Yes.
So hapo there was a principal alishika kijana fulani ameruka fence kutoka somewhere around hapo Makadara. So this goons, what tunasema tu ni goons, kichwa tu ngumu. Then akaruka, akaenda akamchukua as the principal, akaingia na yeye kwa ofisi, akafunga mlango, akachukua kifunguo, akatupa kwa dirisha huko nje. Akasema sasa wewe leo na deal na wewe. I'm telling you, huyo kijana alitandika principal. Yo principal alitamani hiyo kifungu. Alitamani hiyo kifungu. Me I think mwalimu kitu angefanya wangepelekana in front of
I'm sure walijaribu. Unafikiri alikuwa tu anakaa
in front of students sawa, it was bad. Sasa wangepelekana.
I'm sure alijaribu. There's no way. You know, it gets to a point where even if the person hitting you is your dad, you want to, you know, you're like,
but
because now it's that.
What does somebody do? Again, I'm not justifying, but let's look at it. What does somebody do kukumutwa hivyo? Unaweza pata mse alikuja, maybe nakamtukana.
There's something behind it.
There's something behind it, is all I'm saying. There's more to this story. Although violence is not the answer, I'm not saying, but the way this guy, and you know when you're always the aggressor, vile unajinyenyekea na unapeana story. There's something to this story.
I'll just tell this guy to look at the KPLC versus Nini story and refer to that story.
Better ways to
when you go low, I go lower. Yani yo jamaa angewachilia.
I dig.
We are going to the crater.
I mean, growing up, I think we learned from zile vitu unaona mzazi wako unaona vile anakukataza kufanya na kuna ile anafanya, you learn from what they do kuliko venye sijui kama unanielewa.
They preach water.
Preach water and drink wine. Sasa wewe ukikuja upige mwalimu mbele yangu, sasa si ni wadogo, unaona? So example usha set ni ya kuchapana. Alafu unakuja kutuambia tusichapane. We won't learn from that, unaona?
I think that teacher will just use the same audience to
revenge.
To revenge.
Exactly. That's going to slap the principal in front of the same student. No, but you know when you think about it, like how it's almost it reminds me of when Ricky G was, you know, first with the members of parliament and then with the senators. And you could just see it just felt like this humiliation ritual. It was just so odd. And there was even a clip of, you know, our president saying that would never happen and he would never, you know, embarrass him in front of his juniors. Yet he did. So that they disrespect, wanakukosea heshima. Those students can't see you the same way.
Yeah, they can't.
They're like, wewe ulipigwa juzi, nitakupiga hata mimi. You know, I don't know. It just changes the dynamic. But Samiro, walimu wengi, because I didn't go, of course, to a boys' boarding school, naambiwa ngoba principals wanakuanga
wakali,
violent,
ruthless.
Okay.
Come on. Their first rule is kwanza kwenda boxing,
taekwondo.
Yes, then now is the second.
Mimi kuna mwalimu aliniambia
kusomesha is an added advantage.
Tell your father someone wants to kill you. I lived in fear. Nilikuwa naona ndena anajua kiriba.
But you behave. Okay, thank you so much for watching. My name is Amina Abdurrabak. Catch you at 10 p.m. We have a great show. Time now for the news. Thank you, Dega, Cindy, and
is Burna Boy coming?
10 p.m. Find out.
Is in the country.
Is he in the country?